me get back to the thing. Okay.
Oh,
Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Krishna Priya. This is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It's Saturday, the 2nd of December, 2023, and we are live with our wonderful good friend, Jim Charles. Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
good to see everyone.
Good to see you too. And we'll start with our announcements. We've got Angie for our announcement. Go ahead, Angie.
Good morning, everyone. We have our gathering scheduled for next August. I know we're in December, so it is 8 months away now. We are scheduled for August 8th through August 12th, 2024. The price is $6.95. It's all inclusive. If you also want to stay off-site and drive in, we are also doing a day rate too. Also a day rate if you live in the area. It's a wonderful time for gathering. It's a wonderful time for all of us coming together. I know a lot of our other gatherings that we've had has been more on learning and enhancing skills and things like that. But this is more of a gathering of all of our friends in the Hucolo community, bringing us together, actually being a part of each other. It is $6.95 a person, and if you're interested, our flyer is on our webpage, humancolony.org, and it's also on our Facebook page if you want to take a look at the flyer. If you are interested, you can email classes@hucolo.org, and I will get information on how to register.
Perfect.
Great.
Angie, you did
And I
very
wanted,
good.
I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to add to that I have been in touch with Rob Gauthier, and Rob Gauthier and I are going to have a talk very shortly. And it looks like he's very interested in coming to the gathering as well. So that
Oh,
would
that'd
be
be
wonderful
fantastic.
if Rob Gauthier would come. And I'm looking forward to having a chat with him.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
also talked with Max when he was here on his last session, when he was here on when he was the guest here, telling him that that it's more of a gathering, and I'm very hopeful that Max will come too. I'm going to be in touch with him and see if I can't get him to come too, because it would be wonderful to see him again.
Right. Great. Perfect. That would be awesome. Okay. So why don't we start with our blessings? We've got quite some. Angie, I'll save you for last. Let you recover there. All right. Okay. We will start with we'll start with Jennifer and then go to Michael.
Watakohe na kanate chikono tonoko wanahitichi chiko hotoko hanatake kanalaka hanatokono winata chikono hatake chaka. Namaste.
When the light shines, take it in and feel the warmth and love and kindness of the light, and glow and show the world that light as well. Reach out to be helpful. Reach out to be the light in its working form.
Perfect. Michael, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to send love, light, healing, and blessings to the group and to the followers on YouTube, and let all the positive, beautiful beings and angels and guides that will use Jim as a conduit to help others. And may the malevolent beings be out of our protective bubble and stay away, and let this be a very positive and very helping webinar. Blessings.
Amen.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for that. Okay, Bola, go ahead. You have a blessing.
This is the six-dimensional Aldorians who have come to help us to create a new earth. Hatiri makatoru sukuru mushatara kataresete. Krotoro moshotoro kara satara makara. Krotoro moshotoro sotoro. Krateri masatara sotoro mokroshotoro kara. Krasatara mashatara sotoro. Krosotoro moshatara seterese.
Grow strong in faith and light and love, and be that which you are needing to be. Grow into the person that you are meant to be, and your life will be blessed, and it will be happy, and it will be all the things that you want it to be. Many people are not given over to giving themselves to God, but it is the only way to capture everything that's truly you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Wendy, please.
Oh, thank you. شؤنيرا كهران ري نيشكرون يا رب تقدرين يا تقدرين ما تقديتها بابا كتويا ما إيش وكنارا ينتويا باهي تتوين يتكي إنيورن يا بكتشيو تونيا يا تيا تونيا باران.
Do not neglect your prayer and meditation, for it is vital to your survival. It is vital to all the things within you to grow and to. It is time for all humans to be meditative and prayerful. It is time for them to understand that God is the way to the truth, the light, and the freedom from this darkness. Keep in mind that you are one of the keys to many of the locks that unlocks the gifts of the Spirit.
Thank you. Susan.
All right. Te sika e tutu ai a hika usaka ia tia te ukuta ia hi a tia. Hi e suku kua ia tia hiki a siki tia utu ia ia sia, koto ia ia sia, ki a tukuta ia isi ki tia goko ia tia, hasia kuta ia ia sia tia ia ki a tia uko ia sika ia tuia. That was the baby dragons.
Yes. Let us all come together in oneness. Let us all be part of the greater good. Let us know each other in our greatest efforts, our greatest virtues. Do not look for the negativity in each other, but look for the goodness and love in one another, so that we may all be one, and so that we all may heal the world together.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, and then of course our dear Angie. Go ahead, Angie.
Thank you.
The truth is pure, and there are many that say they have it. But be wary. The truth you will know when you hear it. It will go directly to the heart. It will go directly to the places that it needs to go for you to grow and be embellished. If it is not truth, you will not hear it correctly.
Okay, perfect. All right. The requests are, let me just, one second. Mary, you have a question about what? You can ask your question. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I have developed a very painful and practically disabling knee issue, and it's unusual for me, even though I'm an older person. And I wanted to ask, I've searched my life out. I know there's a reason. I feel like there is a reason for this. And I wanted to reach out to get your word on this.
One moment. They are just bringing this to your attention. They're bringing this to your life so that you will be able to appreciate all the things that you have that are working. They bring this to your appreciation in the sense that you know that it can be cured. You know that this will be healed. you know that this will be brought into the light. And so healing can be brought into the light. And sometimes it is for you to pray harder that these things come into your world, for you to meditate greater and deeper, to find out what God is trying to tell you so that you know that you are following the right path. You do have things to do in this world, and you do have things that are necessary for you to follow. So this is just giving you that attention that God wants you to be in more prayer, more meditation, more shining goodness to him. You have been a good and faithful servant for the last several years, and you are doing well. I know that it is hard in this realm to do all the things that are right, but keep on moving forward. Keep on understanding that God will give you these things to remind you that you are human and remind you that he is God, and to remind you to pray and meditate more. He loves you very much, and he doesn't want to see anyone in pain, but there are so many things that others are also bringing to this world that cause pain to humans. But for right now, we are interested in what he's doing for you at the moment. And you will grow. You will see. You will understand.
Blessings.
Thank you so much. Michael, do you have a question that's, because generally the way we work is we go and recount all the requests and then the questions start. But Mary's question came right in. Is it a question that can wait for one of the channeled beings, or do you want to ask it now? I'll leave it up to you. No? Okay.
Oh, wait.
All right. So let's, okay, perfect. So let me just recount the requests if I can. The requests were the whales, Elijah, the Pleiadian Council for an Ascension update, also the Pleiadian Council just for general questions, an octopus if possible, Donner, King of the White Dragons of the North, Daenerys, not sure if he's a wolfman or a dragon from Sirius, that's from Windy, and then in the YouTube chat, there's a request for Archangel Michael or Ra, God of the Sun, and that's it. And Ian, check your email. I will send you a new link. For some reason, Ian can't get in. So, all right.
May I
So-
correct? It's Daenerys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sure.
You know
All
who
right.
Daenerys is?
I've gotten two bits of information. One, I thought he was coming through in a wolf. And then the other one, somebody suggested that he might be a dragon. So I don't know, maybe there's two Daenerys's around me, but
There could be. Yes. Okay.
okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Very well. All right. Is that it?
Okay. Yes.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. And thank you for being here. And I will start to bring through whoever's coming first.
Thanks.
Greetings. I am Elijah. The world in your place is filled with wonders, with beauty, with deception, with greatness. All kinds of things blended together to make the world that you live in. It is not always a good world, and it's not always a bad world, but it is a combination of many things put together. God is looking at each and every one of you to be your own individual. He has made you so that you can grow into the being that he has made you to be. He put certain skills and talents and understandings within you so that you may grow into them, so that you may be part of them. Do not let anybody put these things aside. Find your greatest gifts and greatest understandings and let them grow within you and let them expand and let them be what is to be. For these gifts and these understandings are what make you who you are. I can see that many of you have stalled. Some of you are confused about which way to go. You are listening to many different leaders and many different channelers and many different people bringing forth what they call the truth. But remember this, the truth will be something that will help you to grow. The truth will be something that will help you to expand. The truth will be something that will make you feel love, and the truth will make you feel a part of. If you are listening to too many dark things, then you will be discouraged in many ways, because these dark things will bring you down, and you do not want to be brought down. You want to be lifted up, because as a third dimensional human, you can only see and perceive certain things. But if you are lifted up into the higher realms, you will see things in a different way. You will know things in a different manner. You will see what is and what truly should be. And in this realm, you are too close to everything to see exactly what is happening, what's going on. So you have no trust. You have no foothold into understanding all the things that are here. But you're trying to contend with them on your own. You're trying to bring the truth in, and you're not sure what you're hearing. Do not listen to those that speak negative messages, because those negative messages usually are not of prophecy, usually are not of God, usually are not of positivity. They are something to bring you down. They are something to lead you astray intellectually. They are something to lead you astray spiritually. Do not listen. I know that it is good to know your enemy, and know that keep your enemy close so that you can understand what they're doing, but you do not have to be involved with their activities. You don't have to be involved with their darkness. You just have to know who they are and where they are. It is a shame that many of you have given yourself over to lax behavior. You would rather do your normal everyday thing rather than be prayerful or meditative. Some of you work, and that is necessary for you to bring in the sustenance that you need to survive. However, in some of your spare times, you do a lot of wasteful thought processes, watching movies that do not really function as a good, positive role model for you. But I say to you now, it does not matter. There is time to change. There is time for you to look forward. There is time for you to know yourself in even a greater way. The love that you have in your heart should be great. You should feel it. You should know that it's there. You should feel God's presence within you. If you do not, then you must seek it. You must find it, and you must bring it through. Certainly, God is already within you. God is already here. God is not out there, but here. But still, you must find him even within. For sometimes he is pushed aside. Sometimes other things take root where he should have taken root. So keep these words in mind. I know that sometimes I speak in ways that not everyone understands. So you must listen to it more than once to get what I'm trying to say. But I am trying to evoke something within you, and that brings God forward, that lets you know that God is there, that lets you know God is guiding, that lets you know God cares about you as an individual, you as one of his beautiful people, one of his active servants and active soldiers in the fight for freedom and love and for guidance over others, I should say. It is what it is. And God knows that he is there for you. But you must know that he is there for you as well. He honors you as you do his will. He honors you as people no matter what you do. He will love you no matter what. But he loves more those who obey and agree and will do the will of God and make it so that the world is a better place to live. Make this your goal, to help change the world one by one, to help lift others up. Because when you rise, those that are closest to you will also rise, because you will bring that light to them. You will bring that ascension to them. You will bring that positivity to them. So as all of you rise, so do the ones closest to you. Now, you may say, but some of the ones closest to me don't believe anything. And those won't rise with you. But those that are within the same like mind as you will rise. I love you, my children. Know that you are gifted. Know that you are important. Know that you are God's chosen. Much love.
Much love. Thank you.
I am Donner.
Welcome, Donner.
King of the White Dragons of the North. Someone has called me and has brought my children in to pray.
That would be Susan, I believe. Susan?
Yes. Thank you, Donner, for coming. I just haven't connected with you in a while, personally, and I was wondering if you could provide just an update of what's been going on within your clan and what's been going on the planet, things that you've been involved in, and how things are going in general on the planet, and also the creation of the new Earth.
Very well. What is going on with our clan and our people is that my children and my wife and those that are around me have been praying for the peace for Earth, have been praying and reaching out into different areas of the land and of the world to stop all the anguish and all the pain that is going on. We can do this little by little, but it is something that we are doing. Also, we are moving more forward with telepathy into the minds of those that can hear us, those that can understand us, and sending love and guidance to them as well if they need it. Only if they ask will we do this. We do not do it without their free will. God is their greatest ally. God will be their greatest ally always. But if they need extra help, we will be there. Also, in the other realms of understanding, we reach out to other beings and beingnesses to help with this cause of Earth. The Earth is in a dire shape, and there are many things going on to help the Earth. There are also many things going on to not help the Earth. The plasma shield that's being built around the Earth is for those that would have maybe some trouble rising. It's there to help with the interaction from one realm to another. And so that is being done. And it will not stop anyone from going through it or doing anything at all. But it is just going to be plasma, so you can move through it quite easy. But it is also an area for those that are moving from one realm to another to be easily passed through, if that makes any sense to you. The other thing is there is another thing being built way around the world, far, far around the world, beyond the moon, but around the world and the moon at once. And that's a membrane that if the world were to destroy itself, this membrane would catch all the pieces and not let it destroy other parts of the solar system or the solar system itself. It would keep things intact. And that is something that is a little we don't want to say that it's not good, but it's not bad, it's not good. We don't know how to feel about it at this point. We feel that it should not be happening, really. We don't think that the earth is going to destroy itself. But if this membrane is completed, it will capture anything within its realm, meaning that the moon had to be a part of it, otherwise it would have floated gravitationally toward the sun. That's how strong this membrane will be. And we do not think that this is necessary. It's a controversial thing. As it's being built by many different species, we are saying that we hope that it is not going to be finished. It's going to take a while to finish, a couple of 2.5 to 3 years, maybe. But it is not something we deem as good, because if you would send off rockets into space, it would be captured by the membrane because it's that dense. Because if your world blows itself up, it must be dense enough to hold all the pieces within it, so that the solar system is not destroyed, so the many other areas in space are not disrupted by all the explosive activity. However, it will still go through the densities and dimensions. So we hope not that this happens, but they are just taking precautions because the world is in such a precarious place. It is not finished yet, but we are still talking and still discussing this matter, and we'll continue to discuss it for a while.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that information. My second question would be, I know I've been working with your three baby dragons, Trador, Gracine, and Alicia. And I think it was Alicia that came through with that light language earlier. So I know when I started speaking the baby light language and started connecting with them, I mean, my understanding is that they are learning from like our dragon and human interactions through our channeling group and things of that nature. And I'm just wondering if they have a message for me, or how things are going with that, with their learning, with our interactions. Is there anything else that you recommend I be doing or working with them?
They're quite intelligent, and they're quite individuals. They're very individualized. They each have their own strong personality, should we say. And they are working with me to help rid the world of pestilence and violence and negativity. They are working with the groups to bring forth groups of understanding and groups that will prevent negativity from happening. They are in many places looking for things to stop from happening. Now, a message for you is that they want you to keep on channeling them. They want everyone to channel them, actually, whoever can. And they want to bring the messages of our realm to yours, the positivity that we have to share to your realm. We want your realm to be aware of how wonderful we feel that you are, and that we believe that you are able to survive and conquer this negativity that is out there. You have much help and you have much understanding from many people, so you should be able to survive.
Wonderful. Yes, they're always a joy and very loving, and always lift my mood every time I connect with them. So
They are
thank you.
joyful. Mhm.
Yes, yeah, they're definitely wonderful to connect with. So, thank you, Donner, and blessings to your entire clan. And I look forward to channeling you again at some point in the future. So,
Yes,
so much love to you.
much love.
Thank you. Michael has a question, but I don't know if it's relevant to
I do not know, but
the,
he may ask it if he wishes.
or Michael, did you want to ask your question? I didn't want to ignore you.
Yes. Any positive messages that you could give me, like work has been going. There's a lot of malevolent beings around, and I pray. I do meditate and try to be positive to everybody. I try to listen to everybody. Is there any words of wisdom or any messages you have?
You are shielded to a certain extent, but you have free will still. Your free will do what it wants to do. However, you are shielded from some of this negative activity more than you believe that you are. They are keeping out some of the worst things from you, but you do hear a lot of different things from a lot of very dark people. The thing is, you do not have to be a part of that. You do not have to acknowledge that, even talk about it with anybody else. But you are protected from it because you need to be. Your physical conditions cannot handle any more negativity. And so, as that is being said, we are trying to help you with your health. Your the way that things are put together with you are not correct. And so we're trying to redesign many things within you. I should say God is. We are aware of what God is doing with you. And so it is that we know He is trying to redirect some of the things in your physicality as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Yeah.
All right, was that all? Okay, great. No problem. All right,
Well,
Susan.
I would like to ask
That's right.
when the Palladians come through, I'd like to ask them something.
Of course, of course, of course.
Blessings.
Great, thank you. Wendy has a question. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you so much. Hi, Donner. I'm wondering how my connection is with you. I was channeling once, or somebody was, and hard to say. We were in high energy, right? And I heard, "I am Donner," and then I felt like I was saying, "I am Donner." So I'm wondering if maybe I have an aspect of you that I am working with.
When I come through, you are me, I am you. Just as if when God is within you, whenever God is within you, you are God. God,
Beautiful.
whenever God makes himself known, you are God. And so whenever
Mm,
I come through, I can be part of you as well. I do not have a fractal of myself in you, but I do come to you, and I do come to many others as well. And I can be part of you in that moment.
beautiful. That makes sense because I was like, I felt like it at the time.
Yes.
So I had this experience, and I'm hoping that you can give me some insight because I'm sure that there are others who've had similar. So I was doing a meditation and I came out of my body and I was floating above my body, and it was almost like a rubber band where I was going 2 to 3 feet up and then another foot down. So I felt like I was working above my body, but in this 3 foot area, about a foot off my body, in the so 4 feet altogether, right?
Yes.
And then I saw myself in this auric field as this body, and for first time it lasted for 10 minutes, the second time about 5, so I stayed up above my body. And then when I came into my body, I was like thinking consciously in my body, wow, that was really cool, that was a great experience. I hope I get a chance to feel it again. And then boom, I went right back up into that like auric filled space. But what was happening there?
You are projecting. The thing is about your auric field and all of your auric fields is that you can go into your auric fields to communicate with beings that are there within the auric fields. And many of you do this. Not all of you leave your body to do it, but many of you go into your auric field to acknowledge other beings that are there. And so as you were leaving your body to go into the auric field, there was that's showing you that there are some people that want to communicate to you in a different way than through channeling or through entering the body. They want to you to see the spiritual aspects of the auric field and how they can be expanded into a higher realm.
Oh, wow.
The higher realm is bright, is beautiful, but the actual moving into the auric field is rare. Many people go there to talk to their higher selves or to other beings or to bring through channeling and things of this nature. So as a channeler, yes, that will happen. But to leave your body into the auric field is another dimension of moving forward into the light. But remember
Wow.
this.
Yeah.
Do this with love.
Yes.
Do this with consciousness of understanding so that you may move even higher than that 3 or 4 feet. Move up into a space which is even greater and higher and brighter.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty bright. It was pretty incredible. And so so the last thing that I had was the denarius. I was trying to get clarification. I thought denarius because I heard the name and a diva too, but Shenandoah came to me and then I heard diva. And so that was interesting. And then denarius. So both of them like within a week. So more beings are like reaching out to me and like telling me their names. Normally I don't hear their names like that, but I think it's probably that telepathic aspect that you're talking about. But I was wondering if they had, messages that they were trying to bring forward.
Denarius was part of the Greek god elements. He was in that area at that time. He may not have, I'm not sure if he was on the planet or he was a part of the spiritual realm at that time, but Denarius was in the Greek realm where the gods lived. And he is one that has interesting powers and interesting acuity as far as understanding things that cannot be understood easily. And so Denarius will be a sort of a guide in some ways.
I see. And what's a Shenandoah diva? What is that?
Shenandoah diva?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Shenandoah. Yeah, I heard it was a diva. Well, it's like I heard Shenandoah and then the word popped into my thought process, diva. So is that?
It could be that you're not getting it fully correctly, but I do not know that.
Diva. Maybe it's a diva.
No.
Okay, more to come later.
Yes, more to come. Yes.
Many blessings and thank you so much. I love your energy and I look forward to working with you again.
Very well. Thank you.
Okay.
There's a question in the room.
Sure, go ahead.
Hello, Donna.
Greetings.
You are truly magnificent. Thank you.
Thank you
for being here. I have a few questions. Can you all hear me well?
Yes.
Good. I have a few questions about the membrane that you mentioned going around the earth being built. So in the 80s, I first heard about the earth being under quarantine to prevent us from exporting our stuff out into the galaxy, our negative stuff. But so my first question is, was there a membrane in the 50s when there was a huge risk of nuclear war? And was the membrane dismantled and now it's being mantled again?
There was not a membrane back then. They had not expected the atomic power then. They did not expect you to have that kind of energy and power. So they did not build the membrane. Fortunately, the planet did not shatter. And they were very happy about that, but they were not happy about the energy that was released through the dimensions and densities. However, at this point, they see that there is a crack in the earth that is very deep and that can be used to shatter the earth. And that is why they are building the membrane now, is because if the Earth does explode, if they are able to get a weapon into that crevice, it will dismantle the Earth and blow it up. And it would be a thermonuclear reaction from the core of the planet, releasing all its energy. So that's why they want to retain all the particles within the bounds of this membrane so that it does not go out and hit other things such as Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. So they're trying to save the solar system, but they will not save the dimensions.
What do you mean not save them?
Well, dimensions are piled one on top of each other. There is no way they can stop the warfare from happening dimensionally.
Oh, okay, thank you. It sounds a little bit like the Death Star focusing a ray on a planet to destroy it in a way. When you say there's a crack that some are trying to get through.
Yes.
But anyway, my other question was this. Let's say when the membrane is completed and there is no such destruction or there is peacetime on Earth.
Yes.
Does the membrane keep good things out as well as block negative things from
Correct.
going in?
So that it must be dismantled. And that is one reason why we don't even want it built. Because we think that things should happen naturally. And we do not think this planet will be destroyed. We do not think that it's necessary for them to build this membrane. However, they have started it. It is not nearly finished, of course. But it is started, and it's a great controversy among the galactic government. Now, the universal government has no say in that. At this point, they are making legislation so that they may have some say in because nothing like this has ever happened before. And so they are making legislation so that they can let the galactic government know what they feel about this. They can only share comments now. They cannot share anything lawfully. So they have to do this in a lawful manner.
So if the membrane is completed, the traveling between people on Earth to other planets and vice versa
would be stopped.
So even if the separation agreement is dismantled, we still would not be able to go.
Correct.
Is that it? Okay. So those who want to go and have relations and spouses, how could we lobby with you concerning this?
Well, issue? you know about it now, so you can pray about it now. You can send your thoughts to the galactic government. They are dealing with it now. So far, they have not stopped it.
And once it's completed, would it take very, very long time to dismantle?
Yes.
That's the problem, right? It's not just coming and going. It's
correct. It would take a while because it's a dense membrane.
Wow.
If it's dense enough to hold in a worldwide explosion, it's a very dense membrane.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for answering those questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just check in who had questions. There's some questions, but I don't know if they're questions really for you. But there is requests for healing. Would that be something I could ask you about?
The quest for healing is always something that we are happy to help. There are many out there we know that need healing. We know many of you. We see you. We feel you. We understand you. Healing is something we want to help you with, but you can also help yourself. Remember, God is within, and you can start knowing that God wants healing within you. He may keep you in some state of unrest or illness for a reason, so that you are able to understand that He is working with you, and that it's hard for me to explain how illnesses actually help you, but sometimes God needs them there to keep your attention keep your attention on God and ask for continuous healing. So we are there to work with you and help you heal.
All right, let me just read through a couple of these. Gary says, please pray for my great-grandson. His mother was on heavy drugs when she was carrying him. He's wild, loud, and unruly, and quite unpleasant to be around. Please pray for him.
Yes.
Okay, and Gary also says he needs prayer. His heart valve will be replaced this month because he has problems breathing now.
We will be there to assist.
Okay. Let me just see if there's any. I thought that was. Yeah, I think that's all the requests for healing.
Very well.
Yeah.
There are many out there that have more requests. I see them. I hear them in their minds. I know them in their physicality. And so I will be with them as well.
Perfect.
But God is going to be with them also. Give yourself to God. It is that some of you have been destroyed by other things. God is trying to help you, but you are not allowing him to be who he needs to be. You've allowed the negativity to win. Do not allow that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very well.
I
Is
don't
there
have
any
any
more
other
questions?
questions for you. No.
I will bring someone else then.
Okay.
One moment, please. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you. This is the Whale and Dolphin Collective of Pleiades.
Beautiful.
We have also dealt with the Dolphin and Whale Collective of Andromeda. Who has called us?
That would be Kate. I believe that was
Haley.
Kaylee. I don't know if Kaylee, if her microphone is working, but if she wants to type the question in the chat, then I will happily answer it. But do you, in general, can you talk a little bit about yourselves and what is your, I guess, what should we know about you?
The Whale and Dolphin Collective is very highly telepathic and very highly evolved intellectually and with compassion, love, and goodness. That is not a boast, but it is a fact that we do as much as we can to help the universe and to help your planet with the beauty that we see there. Yes, there are whales and dolphins there, but they are not of the same ilk as we are. They are of different breed, but yet they still have the same love and kindness in them that we do. If you will ever swam with the dolphins, you will know their love, their compassion, and their telepathy. They are quite telepathic, they are quite conversational, and they are quite empathic as well. They know what you feel, they know who you are, they instinctively know all about you. When you swim with them, they know you. If there is negativity within you, they show you that they know that. If there is love and beauty within you, they show you that they know that. They are very, very aware. And so, as they are very aware creatures, as we are, they will show you what you need to know about yourself. If you go with the whale and dolphin species in the waters of your oceans, the dolphins will point out if someone is pregnant. They will point out if someone is having problems. They will point out many things. You just have to know what to look for when you're speaking to them or when you're swimming with them. But they show you many things. They dance for you, they move for you, and the things that they do are energetically positive.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let me just check Kaylee's question really quick so I can read it. She says, how do humans affect animals they come in contact with? And how has pollution affected your population? And in what ways can we stop this?
The worst of the population, well, how do humans affect animals is whatever they do, they encroach on the animals' livelihood if they are building, if they are creating, if they are intruding. But if they leave them alone, they are still the same animals that they always were instinctively. But their instincts change when humans come around because they have something more to take in. They have something more to analyze because humans are not always friendly. So they have to analyze that they are not friendly as a whole. And so they run away. And so if someone is very friendly, they still won't hang around because they have been shown that most humans will not treat them kindly. Now, what effect has been happening with dolphins and whales in the ocean, mostly in the Pacific, is the radiation from Fukushima. Is the radiation has affected whale and dolphin existences in those areas, but they have moved away from those areas to get away from that kind of destruction. It is not a pretty sight to see someone going through radiation poisoning, nor fish or anything of that nature. So yes, that has affected the population a little. However, they have moved away from that area. It has also affected the aliens that live at the bottom of the ocean. So it is a great deal of effects going on. But pollution as a whole, they can deal with in some ways. You can get used to some pollutions, and other pollutions you can't. Very well.
Thank you. Let me just see if she commented some. Let me see if she commented something else. Oh, she just says thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And in the YouTube chat, I don't have also any questions going forward. So that was actually, unless someone else in our room has a question or your room, those were all the questions we had for you specifically.
Very well. I will bring someone else.
Thank you very much.
Greetings. I am Michael. Someone has called for me.
Several people have called for you. Several people have called for you, so welcome, Michael. We'll start with Mary because she's in the room, and then there's someone in the YouTube chat who has also requested you.
Greetings, this is Mary.
Greetings, Mary. How can I help you?
I have been feeling Archangel Michael around me.
That's me.
A lot. And I wanted to ask you if you have a word for me at this time about a possible message that he may want to give me.
Yes. Have faith, Mary. Things will be better than they were. You are going through many things, and the stresses of your life are many. I understand. And you have called on me, and you have called on God, and you have called on many to help you. But you will be blessed, and things will change. Keep faith. Do not give up hope.
Oh, blessings. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I cannot get into YouTube because my phone is working, but for some reason my computer is not being cooperative as far as that. So I can't get to any other Archangel Michael questions. Are there any other Archangel Michael questions in the room? Does anyone else have a question?
I would ask if nobody else does.
There is a question in the room.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, and thank you for coming. Just a general question about, can you please give us a report about what you see from your vantage point happening in the world, and some hopeful, really good things that are happening also. Thank you.
There are many good things happening in your world. There are those that are awakening. There's those that are starting movements that bring positivity to the world. There are those that are fighting against the negativity in their individual lives and in groups. It's important that you gather together and fellowship together in the name of God, in the name of positivity, and bring the brighter light to the surface. As you gather together, the light becomes stronger. The light becomes more brilliant and can be seen throughout the universe. Right now, there are many pinpoints of light that are people and individuals and small groups that are getting together in the name of God, shining their lights. But we need a lot more. There are billions of people on your planet, and we do not want to see them go away. There are many that will want to take the population down, but we do not want that to happen. We do not want the diseases to continue the way they are. We do not want the sicknesses to continue. We do not want the wars to continue. Many are losing their lives through these things, and we do not want to bring any more of them into light. But come together as a group and be a light to shine. Shine your light and make it bright.
Thank you. I also would like to know the conflict going on right now in Israel and Palestine with the Hamas and the other countries sort of getting involved or not getting involved. Is this the war that was foreseen in Revelations as the beginning of the apocalyptic war of all wars starting in Israel? That was one of the predictions made many years ago.
The Armageddon.
Yeah, right. Is this the kind of war that's
It
starting
can be.
to happen? Okay. Is it, what are the chances? If I can ask you, I don't know if you can give an answer, what are the percentages? I mean, can it dissipate and all
It
be
looks
okay?
like that is going to happen, but it has not happened yet.
Right.
So the second seal has not been broken. The second seal is war, but it is only world war, and that has not happened yet. This conflict that is happening can be stopped and can be made more peaceful. However, if it continues, if more countries get involved and fight, then that seal will be broken. And if that seal is broken, that is Armageddon.
I see. So it's different from the actual Third World War in a sense, or it's starting the Third World War officially?
It would be a third world war, which is Armageddon.
Okay. So including the other wars going on around the world is what I mean also.
Correct.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. Let's pray it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Okay.
It has not happened yet.
Okay.
But it is very close by.
Thank you.
Very well.
All right, thank you. Angie had some questions in the YouTube. Angie, can you ask those?
Yes. Mark Fragnola asks, can you tell us about the Islands of Light and if I will be eligible to go to an Island of Light? I also want to ask, can you tell us about a negative being known as Lurker, Lurker?
The Islands of Light are not on your realm, as you may know. They are in the higher realms, they are in higher understandings and higher frequencies. Yes, if you pray and are bring up your vibrations, you can go to an island of light. You can see it from your perspective outside of the realm of third density. But you must be very prayerful, must be very devout, and rise up into those areas where the islands of light exist. So, yes, that is possible. And Lurker is a demon created by humans, created by those negative thoughts that humans may have, and is right around the corner for anyone who has very fearful thoughts about demons and negativity and devils and such things. Do not even consider Lurker as an enemy, because he only comes into being with your ideas and thoughts. Let him go, let him be. He does not exist if you do not want him to. And that is the way it is. There are some demons that only exist when you call them. There are some demons and negativities that only exist when you bring them to your mind or to your thought process. Let them go, and they will be gone.
Thank you so much for that. Stephen Helms asks, I called upon you, Michael, last night for healing. I felt a lot of tingling. Any updates on my healing activations of my collective consciousness?
Your healing is an ongoing process. Your collective consciousness is an ongoing process. You are rising up, but you must be reminded constantly that God is there to help you, and that you are one of the prime beings that God is looking at to help the world. Rise up. Continue to do this rise until you can reach that place in the higher realms where you can look down and see the truth and what all is going on. I think that you have done that a few times. You have been able to glimpse at it a few times, but he wants you to bring yourself up into it even once more again, so that you can see something even newer, something even brighter. You are to be healed eventually, and it will happen, but only under God's direction and only under God's permission.
Thank you for that. Billy Anna asks, I had a vision of someone's hand dropping a piece of sun into my solar plexus. I asked, why is it not shining? The answer was that it is still raw and has yet to form. Can you tell me more about this?
Correct. A drop of sun in the solar plexus is telling you that there is a pathway, that there is a place for you to go. It's giving you direction. It is not shiny and bright yet because you have not yet been to a place to bring it into that brightness yet. But once it is starting to shine, it will shine into a pathway where you can go. The solar plexus are a place where it is a guidance area. The solar plexus are the drive of the system. It's where the fear and all the troublesome things happen. In that solar plexus, there's a lot of confusion. So allow it to straighten out, allow it to align in a good way, so that sun piece can shine out through you and show you the pathway to your higher occupation, to your higher mission. Allow it. Don't push it, but allow it. Go ahead.
There are two more. Rosangela says, Michael, how can we affect change to avoid war and negativity? I feel that we need to do more as humans, and most of the people are afraid.
What I would suggest is people would develop a day or bring a day to their minds with other people, a day of prayer, a day where many, many, many hearts are joined together in prayer and in fasting and in believing and in love, because many of you praying together will have a great significance. If you can bring together a day of prayer, bring together a time when many souls are joined together in peace and love and tranquility, and even where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is there. But I see that if you bring many together and pray, that will push negativity aside. They will fight harder to stay in rule, of course, but many people praying at once will be so helpful. It will show them the power of God, the goodness of everything, and the power that God has within each person. Bring together a day of prayer, congregate, even if it's online or if it's in person or whatever it is to be. A day of prayer is necessary to get rid of negativity and evil.
Wow, thank you so much for that. Amanda Lloyd asked, if there is Armageddon, do you see a portion of humanity being rescued by ships?
Not from Armageddon. I see people being rescued from ships if there are great holocausts as far as weather and earthquakes and volcanoes and things that cannot be controlled by mankind. The Armageddon will not be something that is weather related, it's man related. Man related items man has to deal with.
Was that it? Was that it, Angie?
There's just one more. It says, will the pole
Okay.
shift from 23.5 to, I can't read it because it's blocked by a word, but in the near future to bring a new age on Earth. So basically a pole shift, percentages.
A pole shift would not bring a new prosperity to the earth. No, it would bring destruction to the earth and make you start all over again. You will forget that even your ABCs. If the pole shifts, there will be such change that the things will not last, and you will have to go back to being sort of like cavemen once again. You will not remember all the things that you had before. You will not, it will be so traumatic you will forget. You will want to forget. There will be bits and pieces of the past that you remember. But if the poles do shift, as it has many times before, what has always happened is a new civilization starts. It is not that one continues. So we hope not that not happening as well. We do not want to see you have to start all over again. There is no time for this. No.
Thank you. That's all the questions.
Very well.
Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. So I don't have any other questions on this side either.
Joan had typed one in.
Oh, did she? I didn't see her. Okay, go ahead, Joan.
She
she
says,
typed it
please,
in.
yeah, she says, please ask for me.
Okay.
Is it
Okay,
possible? Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, thank you. I was thinking that had been Kaylee. Okay. Is it possible to be in human body? Is it possible that the human body can experience the high dimensional self being ascended into a higher dimension? Example, one of my aspects are in 8th dimension, then ascended to 9 dimension. It is because I dream about myself while in a dream state. I can see myself and experiencing the same time that I receive initiation. So she's saying, can she actually,
Yes.
I guess.
Yes,
Go
it is
ahead.
possible to rise into higher dimensions even while you were in the 3rd. if you are very grounded into the third dimension and know your place and are in alignment, then you can rise up to any place higher above the earth as you can. Many go into the spiritual realms, some go into the other dimensions and densities, but that is possible. It is definitely possible. And so if you are able to do this, you are very blessed. Also, you are one of the seven sisters, and it never was answered to you which one that you were. And you are Electra.
And she wanted to know what is the initiation that she's going through.
The initiation she is going through is to understand that she is blessed, that she is human as well as higher dimensional. So just let this happen. Understand that you can learn from these different things that are happening to you. Bring it into your consciousness. Let it build your character. You are an amazing individual. Continue to rise.
Beautiful. Okay. That is, she's happy to be Electra. She says, cool, thank you. I am Electra. And she gives namaste hands. So, that's all the questions I have on this side. Is there any in your room where you are?
Any questions here? No, there's none. So we need to
Okay.
find someone else?
Yes, please.
One
And
moment.
thank you for being here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Many blessings to all of you. We are the Octopus Collective.
Oh my goodness. Wonderful.
There are many of us in different shapes and sizes, different in understandings and evolutions. We are the higher forms of the Octopus Collective that are not from your planet, but from a different place. But your octopus, as your octopi, whatever you say, is part of something that we are experimenting with in your waters.
Beautiful. The question, Christine is the one that requested you. Christine, did you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could tell us what you can teach us about your presence or the beings of the octopus that are on our planet, because it really dismays me to see people eating them. But when the species has been noted that it's very intelligent.
Yes. They are of a nature of delicacy for some on your planet. They do not recognize their intelligence or the fact that they have so many brains. Each tentacle and has a brain, and plus the head has one.
Wow.
Because of that, each tentacle can think separately from the others, and they can do different things. If they are aware of a movement that needs to be made, the brain in the tentacle will take care of it. That's why movement with octopuses or octopi are so seemingly confusing sometimes. More than one brain might be engaged. So we do see that they are learning how to use them all as one. And this is something that we are looking forward to, or something that we had hoped would align within them. Although their lives are very short, they learn a great deal in that short period of time. They learn how to hide and how to disguise themselves. They learn how to get their prey. They learn how to set traps. They learn how to become who they are and stay away from the predators as much as possible. Now, with mankind seeking them out for food, it's much more difficult for them to hide because mankind can move the rocks, can move the things that they hide under, and move their disguises. You see, they can disguise themselves to look differently than they actually are. With those 8 different legs, they can do many different things to make themselves look like a flower or a blossom or even a plant. So it is that they can check things out still by exposing maybe 1 or 2 tentacles to the light or to the areas of danger, and the rest will be hidden. They are learning many different things about the way humanity is and are growing exponentially into more intelligent beings. We out here, we are letting them evolve at their own rate. We are allowing them to be who they are. We are allowing them to be the beings that they need to be. We will encourage their growth and their expansion, but we will not interfere with it.
Thank you so much for telling me that. I'm hoping that through prayers that I can get more scientists who expose or reveal more of what the octopus is, just like the dolphins and the whales and the other creatures that we share this planet with.
Yes. It would be a very good idea that they study them more closely. They are starting to, at this point, knowing that their brains are very keen. Each brain has its own awarenesses and its own thought process because it is learned from rote, from its actions and from what it has done, how to react to certain situations. So each tentacle has its own reaction to different prey and to different thought processes. The main brain within the head can connect with all these brains and bring them into oneness. But if there is a situation where there are many things going on in the waters around, then they will have many different solutions, perhaps.
Wow. That's incredible. The universe and all the things that are in it are just so incredible.
Yes.
Thank you.
Octopi are incredible.
Thank you so much for coming and explaining that.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Kaylee has a quick question. She said, is there a reason for your relatively short lifespan?
The short lifespan on your world is due to the fact that they are not in their native, they're not in native waters. They are not in waters that are safer than the original octopi species are. The waters are colder there as well, and this is another reason why they do not live as long. Waters up here that we live in are actually much warmer and much more formidable. We are much more formidable creatures in them, and we do not have as many prey against us. And also, we have evolved beyond a certain experience level that we can actually communicate with others.
Okay, perfect. Excuse me. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Wendy has a question.
Yeah.
Greetings. Can you tell us more about how you interact with the element of what, or the beings that are here on Earth, interact with the element of water and the nature beings of water?
The nature we interact with water. It's like you interact with air. We are in the water. We take what from the water what we need from it, as you take from the air what you need from it. And so it is a natural place for us in the water, and it's a natural function to move throughout the water at ease. The other animals in the waters we know as, or I should say they know as, either prey or as beings, negative beings. Let's put it that way. They know what they can eat and what they cannot eat. They know what they must stay away from, and they know what they must stay with. And so it is a survivalistic function of the octopus to know what it can eat and what is safe to eat, and know what to stay away from, and how to sense the presence of predators.
Oh, wonderful. I know I asked this question earlier of another being, but if I may reach out to you because I think it's related to the water. I had heard Shannon Dega and then I heard Diva. So I'm wondering if that's a correct correlation, if you are getting any understanding on that.
You mean as water beings?
The name given to me, Shannon Dega, if it's a water being or a diva, Deva, maybe it's Deva, not Diva, but
I do not know Shannon Degwa. Is that what you said?
Shannon, I think it's Dega, Dega, but maybe I heard Dega and it was actually Deva. So maybe it's just Shannon. And I get the feeling that this is from Ireland when I was visiting there.
There are those that would relate to that, yes, from the Irish perspective. It is of underground beings. They are not yet known. They are blue in color. You will remember a story long ago of two children that came out of the caves and became part of humanity because they could not get back into the caves where families were, and these two children are part of that subterranean culture, and that culture still exists, and that's where those words came from.
Oh, thank you so very much for that further clarification. Many blessings to you and to the beings, and I definitely will take a new and I'm sure everyone else will have a new consciousness of the octopi on our planet
We'll
and
go
the galactic.
research the blue beings from that area. Might
Thank
have
you
been
so much.
Scotland or Ireland.
Okay, beautiful.
All right, thank you so much. Just to go back to something you said earlier, Christine is asking with the warmer waters, you would live longer, and I guess you would really need to indicate how much warmer than the waters we have.
It would have to be several degrees warmer. The temperature of the water would have to be up into the 70s or 80s.
Okay. Thank you. X-Man has a question.
X-Men here, yep. Can you say something about how is it possible that
sorry
that there are some creatures living on the bottom of the Mariana Trench?
Yes.
How is it possible that their cellular structure, they withstand that much pressure?
Yes. There are beings in all kinds of situations, and even in that trench where it is very deep, there are beings there, a fish and a sort of an octopus kind of being as well, not exactly from our species, but from a different species that can handle that kind of pressure and It is very, very deeply cold there. And so movement in that area is very difficult, but there is movement and they are able to do what they can. Some of the areas in the caves are illuminated by different kinds of fish who have been exposed to different chemicals so that they sort of glow. And so that is the kind of light you would see in these trenches, is from different species that connect to the rock, or they are floating in the water and they are luminous. But they are mostly in the caves where they are seeking out their food.
Yes, thank you. I think it's incredible to have to have a form of life.
Yes, that trench is very deep, and it is one of the reasons that the aliens are very concerned that the world could be divided, because a trench this deep can be effective for nuclear wars and things of this nature, splitting the world in half and things. They do not want this. But fortunately, that trench has not even been researched yet.
You're saying that the world can be divided, like they can use it, they can bomb it and
They
make
could
it.
use it if they knew how, yes.
Okay, I don't want to know how because
No,
I don't want to give
no,
any
you don't
ideas.
want to know how, but the thing is, they can't even get that deep at this point. The pressure is too high.
Well, they said that there was in the 70s, I think there was an expedition and there was another one in
Yes,
20.
but they were failures in many senses.
So actually, they never been there.
They were there, but they did not last long there.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So they did not get to see very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And there's a
thank you
lot
very.
of camouflaged beings there as well, because the predators there are very, very strong. And so they hide themselves so they can get their prey more easily.
So this nest is there's not only just few species. There are actually much more in
Yes.
number.
In order for a species to survive that low and that deep, there has to be more than one to feed on. There has to be a hierarchy of food chain as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's very incredible. Thank you very much.
Yes, and plants and animals as well. Plants there as well.
Thank you so much. Ian has a question. Go ahead, Ian.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. You mentioned that the reason octopus don't live very long on Earth is because of the water temperature. A question I have about that is since the octopus has such a short lifespan, does that contribute it to evolve quicker than other species? And is there a purpose to this faster evolution, if true?
That is true. They are doing a faster evolution because they have to learn so much in such little time. And so there, as they are taking this information out and bringing it back in, there is some thoughts. They are not a species that forgets everything as they die out. They will remember some things, and they will use those things to grow and expand and evolve.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me just check our chat here. One moment. Hello. Oh, 1 second. Was there any question?
Yes, I have a couple questions in YouTube.
Very well.
Solaris Stain says, is there any truth to the many channelers like Bashar who are saying there might be some form of open contact in the year 2025 to 2026?
Yes, there is some truth to that. As long as this membrane does not get built around your worlds. And I say worlds because they will build it around the moon as well to keep it intact with the Earth. Because if they build it between the Earth and the moon would float away. That is how dense this membrane would be.
Hey, I'm sorry, Steve Holmes asks, Octopus Energies, what is your favorite destination in the universe?
Our favorite destinations are ones with the warm waters, with the beautiful, beautiful seas and the cultures in the seas that are also alive. With the whale and the dolphin species being also alive, we can converse with them, although we are not in full alliance with them. They are definitely ones that we are aligned with.
Thank you. Hey, Matt Wally asks, why do some octopus form circles and rings on the ground made out of shiny stuff?
So that they can, it is a distraction. And other predators will see it as maybe that is where they are hiding and go look at that area instead of where the octopus actually is. Also, it draws their prey to them as well. They see what comes to that area and they evaluate what they should do.
Thank you so much. That's all the questions here in YouTube.
Very well.
Okay. There was an additional question from Chris. There was an additional question from Christine.
And there is also one in the room. Go ahead, Christine.
Thank you. I was going to ask you two questions. If the intelligence of the octopi raises to greater height, do they pass that through a collective unconsciousness of the species so that the next who come after them or their little ones or something?
Yes, there is a collective consciousness, but there is also individuality. One octopus may learn something different than others. They are in different places, in different regions, and have different predators and have different prey. So they will learn all the different things from their other associates, shall we say.
So it's passed through some species. I think it was shown in the monkeys how one learns something and it's the knowledge is passed on to another group of monkeys far, far away.
Yes.
Is it something like that? It's a
similar, not exactly the same, but similar, yes, similar. Because when an octopus is reborn and reincarnated or whatever you want to say, they may be in a different part of the world, a different part of the waters. And so they will bring a little bit of intelligence with them from the past that may not be something that is within that group of intelligent octopi in that area.
That's great. My second question was, you were talking about this membrane that's going around. If the membrane is completed, does that mean that these people who want to send their little spaceships off to other planets won't be able to get past that membrane and they'll just sort of like bounce back?
They will be caught in it. They will be caught in the membrane and they would not be destroyed by it, but they would be caught in it and have to find a way to disentangle themselves from it to return.
To return home. So
Correct.
it's sort of like a web that once they're caught in it, they're stuck there.
Sort of, yes.
Oh, those adventures have an adventure.
Well, it is not yet built, so we are hoping that it will not be built.
Oh.
Yeah, we see no need for it at this point. Some see a need for it, but others do not.
Well, it's going to be interesting if I live that long.
Well, if they are going to continue with it, it will be done in 2.5 to 3 years. But
Oh,
that it will not be done.
oh, okay.
It is just starting to be constructed. They see the chance with this new war developing that it brings a greater promise of destruction to the earth, and so that is why they started to build it.
Because supposedly we have space warriors or whatever the heck it is.
Well, they can go anywhere they want now. The membrane has not been built.
Yeah, what I was saying, they according to the rumor, many rumors, that we have people on Mars and we send them to other distant planets or whatnot. And I don't think they'll be able to come home if the membrane goes up.
That is true.
What an adventure. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There's a question in your room.
Yes.
Hello.
Greetings.
Do you have a name you'd like to give us, or I can pronounce by your name my question?
Well, my name is Renzen.
Oh, Ranson, hello. So what is the spiritual lesson that the octopus has for us as humans?
I do not know if they have a spiritual lesson other than that they can adapt and grow and learn and become part of your realm and eventually evolve into an intelligent life species. A spiritual thought is that they are also very in tune with God and spirits, as we are. Spirits and God are part of all beingness. Even in the animal realm, they believe in some sort of spirits, some sort of guidance, and they have their suspicions and their ideas about it.
Well, you as coming from a Renson, coming from a higher spiritual realm of octopi, what would your spiritual lesson or wish be for us, or teaching be for us?
That you go into peacefulness like we have. We are peaceful beings. We are not ones of war and violence. We try to do that which is peaceful. And when we feed on those animals that are not intelligent, that are just working on their way through survival instincts, but not aware of. They are conscious, but they are not aware.
Thank you.
Very well.
All right, thank you. Let me just check our chat. Angie, is there anything going on in YouTube we should know about?
Nope, we're all set here. Renzen, $5 hug just said, Renzen, thank you for sharing your beingness with humanity.
Thank you. We are higher than your octopi, but we know that you are worthy of being saved, for you are soon to become part of the neighborhood if all works as we should see it work. All works as it should, let's say. We do not like the word should, but it is a word that is useful at this period. You are great beings, and we pray that you last throughout the next several years. If you do, you will survive.
Thank you. Thank you. We hope we survive.
Yes.
All right, there's a question from Angie. Go ahead, Angie.
Wanted to ask you, are you on our planet right now?
No, we are not.
So what is your connection, the octopi outside of our planet connected? How do you connect with the octopus that are here on our planet? What is your interaction?
Well, we have put them there to grow and to expand and to become greater. We took away all their instincts except the basic survival ones. We wanted to see how they would survive on your planet and if they would grow and become more intelligent. And we see that they have become more intelligent and they are evolving. But this is an experiment that we have done just for our own people's sake. We have taken, it's like putting a man who is a Neanderthal on another planet and seeing if he will survive. We have taken some volunteers and taken away their intelligence and their thought processes and put only survival instincts within them and put them on your planet so that they would know how to learn how to survive. And they learned very quickly because you see them now, they still have survived. You may think that that is a very cruel thing to do, but many have volunteered for this particular mission. They wanted to know how to evolve, wanted to become greater, wanted to be involved in this learning group, and they have actually been very successful. They are not near where our evolution is, but they are learning that there is evolution.
Thank you so much. That was my only question.
Very well.
Okay. Let me just check what we've got going on here. Yeah, that is all we have on my side as well.
Very
for
well.
you. We just have a few more minutes. I just want to make sure that we stay with our time here. We
Yeah.
just have about 10 minutes left. So is it possible that we could request either Tukur or someone from the Pleiadian Council that we
Yeah.
do have questions for?
One
Yes.
moment.
Of course, Michael, once Bean comes.
I am a representative from the Pleiadian Council.
Great. There's quickly the original request for the Pleiadian Council was an update on the ascension. I believe that was from, who was it? Angie, was it asked that?
Yes, yes.
I'm named
Can you
Yent.
elaborate?
I am named Yent, and the ascension continues. There have been many flaws in the bringing forth of this particular ascension. The Orions have pointed them out quite heavily to us. We are using them as counsel, and they want to be in charge still, but they are not. But we have made some mistakes, and they're being improved upon now. The ascension continues, but the negativity should draw to an end at some point in the next 100 years. We are slow to bring forth what is happening, but there are things that will happen much sooner rather than later. But the ascension must continue. The ascension is vital. We work on it constantly, and there are many Pleiadians on your planet at this point working on it as well. Human-born aliens, and a few of them are walk-ins. And so we are knowing that these Pleiadians are doing their missions, and they are aware of what they are doing.
Okay, perfect.
Yes?
Yes, there was a question from Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
Yes, I'm aware. Well, I'm very connected to Palladians because my twin flame, and I do have DNA in me. And I'm aware that Moldavite came from the Pleiades. They brought it here, or maybe accidentally. But I collect Moldavite. I have a lot of pendants, earrings. I wear it. It helps me spiritually. It makes me feel better. and it's like I can't get enough of it. But my mom as well has started getting connected to it. And
Yes,
I am aware that they put it in a crystal class, but it's not a crystal. It is from not this world.
correct.
But anything you can tell me on it and how it helps me.
There's an energy that is beyond this realm that is in Moldavite. It is an energy of positivity, an energy of growth, an energy of healing as well. So that is why you feel so close to it, is because it is a positive influence on all things around you. Although it wishes to be of a greater influence, you only have so much of it, and so it can do what it can do. It works very well still.
Well, I was also told that there was going to be a blue, red, and yellow that would be found in different places in the future, maybe in not our lifetime.
Yes, it is possible there is other forms of Moldavite, but it would not be called such. So it will be found, yes, and it will work in similar ways, but it will also have different purposes.
Okay, thank you so much. Blessings.
You are welcome.
All right, thank you. Let me just again check. All right, I feel that that's the last question, unless there's something in YouTube, Angie.
Hold on a minute. Let's see. We've got any words of wisdom for me, and that comes from Steve Helms.
Words of wisdom were I heard someone earlier mention a prayer group, a congregation of prayers. This would be very powerful if someone wants to bring together many people for prayers on a certain day. The actions of praying together and the power that would bring would be amazing. Words of wisdom also are to stay grounded and stay in your meditations and prayers. Do not let them get away from you. Do not fall into depressions or negativities so that they cannot work for you, but allow yourself to stay with God, stay with the Spirit, stay with the blessings that are within. Find a way to fast. Fasting is something that helps people, because to get away from the food you can bring in the spirit a little more easily and feel it for a few days, and that will give you a push toward the higher realms. So what is it? Being a sacrifice, doing a sacrifice for God would be very helpful for some.
I'm so sorry. I just was waiting for you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, perfect. So we are really at the end, and what we had said at the beginning is that we would allow, or what we would request, that the last being here. Oh, who is this? Is that Ian?
I am a Pleiadian from the council.
No, I know, but we had requested that the last. Did I miss a question?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
having
Pat has
another
a
question.
question. Go ahead, Pat. Sorry, go ahead,
Yeah.
Pat. Please just keep it very short.
Yeah, what's your perspective about Henry Kissinger?
I thought he was a good man. I did not know him personally, but
What's his end?
I saw that he did good things. But then again, there was other things he did that we would question. However, he was human.
I heard that there was a huge shadow veil um, uncovered uh, after his death.
There were some things that were shadowed, and they needed to be in the shadows. But it is not that they were all necessarily bad, but they were needed to be secret.
Or
At
like
least
what?
for that moment.
Like, can you say what?
No, I cannot.
Uh-huh. Okay,
But I can
that's
tell
all.
you that he was not a bad man. Not in his heart. He didn't
I
do all
heard.
things, I can tell you that, but he was, to me, I understood he was a human.
Well, I heard he sent a lot of people to their death.
Some, but that is the case with many leaders in every world.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So it's not just one.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, I won't make it longer.
Very
Thank you,
well.
Karen.
Gosh,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
coming.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. And if you would give us the blessing, that would be fantastic. No, you can, but I was talking to the, yeah.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
I will give a blessing.
Yes, please.
One moment. Toriaradnadesi, Shishaveria Unda Urivri Atafaze. Sakawa Adara Anda Wondavi, Dararendi, Totoa no Umbo. Foforia Sasivani Dianoni Yakuto. Tutorizi, she, Gerardi. Tokaranda, that is yes, as I to Anda Giabon. Moto or I see how she may. Munu, I say, as I did to tutoriatas. May God bring you peace and understanding, love and comfort. This is a time of great unrest and a time of malevolence, but we wish on you the greatest peace, and we wish to bring forth the greatest ascension in this time. We want you to know that we are with you and not against you, that we are uplifting you and not pushing you down. And so if anyone is saying the contrary, it is not true. We are here for you and with you, and our prayers are ongoing and continuous, and we wish to be allied with you in every way with God.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And we'd like to ask you to please come back. And it's been very beautiful dealing with you. So
Thank you.
much love to you. And if you bring Jim back, we will conclude our webinar.
I will bring him back. One moment, please. Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
We had a marathon of beings here today.
Oh.
Quite
No wonder
some. What did he say?
I'm thirsty.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Drink something. Angie, do you want to do the announcements while Jim is in recovery here?
Yes, thank you so much. We have our gathering scheduled for next August, August 8th through the 12th. It will be beginning on Lions Gate, and it is in Canandaigua, New York, located right on the lake. So it will be an amazing time. It is $6.95 a person, and it is about, our gathering, just being together, talking about group prayer and group oneness. This is that opportunity for all of us to come together in community. If you are interested, the registration form is on our webpage, humancolony.org. It is also on our Facebook page. The link to the registration, also the link to the flyer that was created about that, giving you all the information. So if you're interested, please email classes@hucolo.org. I'll get information out to you.
Okay, thank you. And just for everyone, next week we have a returning guest. It's Robin Jelnick. She channels Athena, and she'll be here next week. So we look forward to that. And once again, thank you, Jim. Thank you to everyone in the YouTube chat, into the Zoom room, and in Jim's room. So
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone. It's good to see you all.
Thank you, Krishna Priya. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Priya.
everyone. Much love to everybody. And
Yes, thank
yeah,
you.
we'll see you next week.